Patrick squeezed all the water out of SpongeBob, turning him into a dried-up corpse. Just as SpongeBob was about to die, a sudden tornado swept both of them into Squidward's house. But all of this was sparked by Squidward's mischievous scheme to rid himself of them. He tricked them into going to the desert to hunt for the desert sandwich. Unexpectedly, they encountered a witch who magically made the desert sandwich. Before leaving, Squidward realized his plan had failed and decided to cook up a new trick. He deceived them again, sending them off in search of a flower that didn't even exist. Soon, they arrived at the edge of a cliff. SpongeBob had already rigged a rope, tying one end to a rock and beginning to descend. But the rope wasn't long enough, so he asked Patrick to fetch another rope. To their surprise, Patrick handed over the rope still tied to the rock, and together, they plummeted down into the ravine. Nonetheless, SpongeBob and Patrick actually discovered the flower. Squidward couldn't believe they had found anything, so he tricked them once more. This time, he sent them off to bring back the Loch Ness Monster alive. Squidward thought, this time I've really gotten rid of them. However, when they reached Nessie's territory, SpongeBob played a magical tune on his bagpipes. To everyone's astonishment, the tune lured the monster right out. They successfully brought the Loch Ness Monster back to Squidward's home. Squidward was stunned and asked how they had found the creature. SpongeBob tossed Squidward the bagpipes, and Squidward assumed the monster must have been charmed by the music. But in the next moment, the monster swallowed Squidward whole. Suddenly, Squidward came up with an even worse idea. He asked SpongeBob to help him find his long-lost brother. Seeing how sad Squidward looked, SpongeBob and Patrick vowed they'd help him locate his brother. Little did they know it was another of Squidward's fabrications. They searched the entire underwater world but found no trace of Squidward's brother, so they went to Squidward's mother and asked her where his brother might be. Mrs. Tentacle seemed puzzled. She told them Squidward had no siblings, but SpongeBob couldn't believe Squidward would lie to them. He assumed Squidward must desperately want a brother. Thinking on his feet, SpongeBob and Patrick returned to Squidward's house and declared they had found his brother. Squidward laughed and said he didn't have one at all. Undeterred, they said, "We are your brothers." Then they brought in Squidward's mother, who said she carried SpongeBob and Patrick in her womb and gave birth to them again, making them Squidward's true brothers. Now, Squidward would never be able to get rid of them ever.